I met a guy this weekend at the bars and he asked for my number. He was telling me all the places he wanted to take me on a date, the whole thing. Then he started talking to a girl and literally directly in front of me went home with her 20 minutes later. And then he had the audacity the next day to text me and ask me if I wanted to go on a date with him. I'm just like, the men in New York. Anyway, I said yes. Does my makeup look okay? Don't tell my friends.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Would you rather have a free sub to my OF or a mystery gift?
I'm gonna have to go with the free mystery gift.
Why not a free sub?
Because I don't think that's worth it at all, to be honest.
Well, it's free anyway, so just pick your gift.
I'm a bougie, so I'm gonna go with the Louis Vuitton.
Let's see what it is. Woo! Hot sauce!
She's calling me a spicy man.
You like your gift?
Yeah, I love it.
You regret choosing that instead of a free sub?
Not at all. I love hot sauce. I could use this now.
The man chose wisely. The hive mind starts in the city. Guys, whether it's single moms trying to get $10K per month in child support for no work, lonely fans chicks thinking that embarrassment is a career, or club girls tossing a mic and throwing a man's fries onto the floor, it's clear to all of us that this kind of thing often happens in the city, specifically western coastal cities. So why is that? Well, there's a number of reasons, but whatever the case, as soon as traditionalism goes down the drain, places like LA or New York, which could at one time be seen with clean streets and business suits, end up looking more like Sodom and Gomorrah than a place anyone really desires to call home. And when this happens, the most impressionable, also known as women, tend to lose all sense of identity. They feverishly follow trends, debasing themselves in any way possible just to get the slightest bit of attention. The error in this logic is that it only lasts for about a decade. Then everyone gets wise and walks away. This story, NYC is the worst US city for dating, study confirms by Asia Grace, pretty much says it all. Looking for love in the Big Apple is fruitless. Going bananas, combing through the concrete jungle for a soulmate isn't worth the sweat, according to a new study that's crowned NYC the top worst honey hunting ground in America.
Let me rephrase that.
New York may have the highest population of single individuals, said researchers from a fixation site, F-Finder, in a release, but it's also the worst city in the US to start dating.
Shocking.
The boroughs have long caught a bum rap for not necessarily serving as a fertile breeding ground for romance. Deemed cutthroat by freaked out folks on the prowl, the city's dating scene is, unfortunately, oversaturated with non-committal singles. And Gothamites who are ready to settle down refuse to do so unless potential paramours meet or exceed their skyscraper high standards. Money's nice, one New York dater, 24, told the Post in May. A private jet sweetens the deal. I, 100%, would not date a guy who lives in Queens. Another chimed, and I'd do a heavy stalk before saying yes to anyone who lives in Brooklyn or Jersey. Ladies, you don't have the liberty to choose here, and that's undoubtedly your fault. The East Coast has record-breaking transmittable disease records and a level of pay that has sent you back into the Bronze Age, and it's all a product of this feminist policy you insisted on pushing. Ironically, you troubled girls did all of this in the name of, quote, freedom, but the value is so low, with a price so high, that now you're all sitting around surprised when the only thing on the market is simps and chads. Again, this is in no way men's fault. It's yours. From who you elect, to what you insist on teaching in schools, to the kind of propagandistic messaging you insist on pumping out into society, it surprises absolutely no one in the Mankind family why everything has gone to hell. The craziest part of it all is that you actually understand this on some level, but the hive mind is far too strong.
I'm starting to feel like the man is really the prize. I don't know why.
Hey, girl, no.
Yes. I'm starting to feel like men are really the prize because literally as a woman, we have to wait on the man for everything. We have to wait on the man. We have to wait on the man. We can date whoever we want, but we can't marry who we want.
One of them says,
stepping into the marriage, you have to wait for the man to ask you to marry him. You have to wait for the man to ask you to be his girlfriend. He has to wait for the man to ask you out on a date. All these kind of things we're waiting on a man to do. Like literally.
How about you have
think about
multiple?
it.
So you're not waiting on
I
nobody.
never did, because most women, they're dating a lot of guys. Yeah, but they have that one guy that they want who don't want them. They're dating all these other guys on the side because they're trying to distract themselves. But realistically speaking, they want that one guy who was taking forever to claim them.
That's not how it is.
Yes, I've always felt women were the prize.
You should know that you are the prize.
I've always felt that way.
all
So
time.
don't get it
This is the
twisted.
funniest
But if
thing
you
ever.
think about it, I'm just trying to be more realistic, be more open-minded in my thinking. That's the reason why I'm saying that. If you're gonna ask the man to marry you, by all means do so. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like waiting for a man to like ask us to be like exclusive. That's what I'm talking about.
So there's a stat on Facebook, and basically it says men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird, because what exactly is there for men to be obsessed with in today's world? Women have left no room for imagination, none whatsoever. It's like your sense of entitlement is out of control. Your expectations are unrealistic. Y'all walk around showing your bodies half dressed, half exposed 24/7, out smoking, drinking, partying 24/7, on the scene 24/7. A lot of y'all are not even coming with nothing to the table because you're too busy with your hand out trying to see what man got the next bag so he can sponsor your lifestyle to make you look like you're living a lifestyle to post on the internet. It's like a lot of y'all don't have common sense. A lot of y'all don't know how to hold a conversation. A lot of y'all don't have no originality about yourselves. Everybody is getting the same body. Everybody is getting the same hairstyle. Everybody looks the exact same. And it's like y'all get that confused. Oh, well, men like that. No, men will fuck that. But men are not wiping that, and they're not cuffing that. And I think y'all are starting to realize that. And then the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, well, they're gay, they're sassy. No, they're not. They're just tired of what you guys are presenting. And if y'all are here to give them free pussy, free looks, and free everything they ain't got to work for, why would they? But they're never going to take you serious. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact. Men love women that are exclusive, women that are put up, women that every man can't say he had or can have. Simple as that.
As I often say when reacting to compilations, bingo, right on the money, gold star for you. When real men with traditional values walk into the city, they don't see a woman. They see women. Women that might as well be a flock of seagulls, who ironically look a lot like Cardi B past, present, and future. There's nothing desirable about these chicks, and many of them are coming to realize it. The only thing is that they come to this realization after they hit the wall and the milk is expired. At that point, men don't see a future with them because there is no future on the horizon, and the ones in their 20s are still so lost that to shack up with one could end in lifetime alimony for a scratch that just won't go away. But we still have articles like this trying to dissect the obvious. Here we go. But experts for F-Finder didn't go around harvesting the individual dating do's and don'ts from partnerless people across the country. Instead, investigators collected data from the United States Census Bureau, Google Keyword Planner, and Numbeo to determine which of the nation's 20 largest cities rank the highest and lowest in Amor outcomes.
What did you find?
The analysts considered 6 key metrics of each hotspot: the population of single people, likelihood of marriage, annual divorce rate, rate of individuals actively searching for a relationship, quality of life, and cost of living. Singletons in Seattle, Washington can let out a sigh of relief as their home court is the best place for courting, according to the report. Despite its high cost of living, said the authors, Seattle boasts the second best quality of life rating and the highest monthly average of people actively looking for a relationship.
For now.
Tragically, however, owing to their poor showings in the study, cities such as Los Angeles, California, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Illinois, and San Antonio, Texas joined the city that doesn't sleep as the sewer for hopeful sweethearts. NYC's low score is due to its high cost of living, low quality of life, high divorce rates.
You don't say.
And despite its large single population, continued the pros, it has the lowest number of people actively searching for a relationship. Oh gee, I wonder what would be causing high cost of living, low quality of life, and high divorce rates. Could it be the female hunger in the market that hikes up prices? Could it be that feminist policy has completely leveled industries? Could it be that a vast majority of divorce hustles are conducted by chicks acting on the messaging promoted in these regions? No, of course not. Must be something else.
Since you guys been in Canada, what's the most messed up thing about Canada?
The thing is, like, men here are not providers. Like, if you do the 50-50 thing, it doesn't really work. It's my opinion, like, for me. So, yeah.
Wonder how that happened.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
If you see every successful man, it's because they have an amazing woman with them.
Not really. You guys come when we build the castle. Like, you wouldn't date someone who doesn't have his own apartment. So when the guy's a businessman, he's making money, that's when he gets the girl, right? So you guys come when there's a nest. That's why they call you chicks, right?
Okay.
You guys are all gold diggers.
Not all of them are gold diggers.
But when you look at it, no woman takes a man and gives him a house. We agree, right?
I given housing to my exes.
And they're your ex, you abandoned them.
Yeah, because they don't did. I mean, I understand, like, if you're poor but at least you're driven and you want to be successful in your life, I'll support you. But
no, you didn't support them. You abandoned them. They're your exes.
Because they're losers.
Right, but we date losers all the time that have no jobs, and we support them till the heart explodes in our... What I'm saying is, you abandoned these guys. But the purchasing power has skyrocketed for women. You guys are making more money than you ever have before, but you've never been more depressed. In the 1950s, women were happier.
She's definitely lying about the houses and financial prosperity, but let's assume she's not. Let's just say that this fictional story about the wall jumper is real. Well, the point the man made here still remains valid. Why? Because the death of morality and female liberation made an entire mob of people without purpose. It turned their mindset and how they approach dating into a paradoxical mess, where they go to Sephora, try to buy their way out of depression, and end up feeling more empty than before. And again, nowhere is this theme more prominent than with women in Western cities. The legislation passed allows them to play the role of a girl boss, working a job that could easily be replaced by AI, only to think they're self-made visionaries liberated from the clutches of masculinity. And the result? They're all alone. I know I kinda went in on New York here, so let's give it a fair shake and travel over to the other side of the country with this story. LA was just ranked one of the worst cities in the US for dating. A new study by F-Finder takes an in-depth look at the best and worst cities for dating in the US. Unfortunately, Los Angeles wound up on the lousy end of that list, a fact that, to be quite honest, doesn't surprise us given the most rightful constant complaints we hear about being single around these parts.
You deserve it.
To come up with this list, researchers collected data on 6 key factors while analyzing the 20 largest cities in the US. The metrics include the population of single people, the likelihood of marriage, the annual divorce rate, the rate of individuals actively searching for a relationship, quality of life, and cost of living.
Go on.
Despite its glamorous reputation, the City of Angels has one of the lowest likelihoods of marriage, the second highest divorce rates, and the second lowest quality of life among the cities on the list, reads the study. These factors combined make it generally difficult for the average person to date in Los Angeles.
It's not all glamour, kid.
We're here to say, do not despair. There's always hope, and it could always be worse. You could be single in New York. Nice try, LA. Winning the silver medal for biggest turd doesn't just let you off the hook. In the end, you're still a turd. If one city, crippled by the effects of feminist policy, competing with another city doing the same, isn't a sign that civilization is in trouble, I don't know what is. And another thing, lady, what about LA is glamorous? What could you possibly be referring to that would make any rational person believe that LA is a budding utopia? I visited like 5 years ago, and on a main street with shopping centers, I saw 3 feral women eating out of a trash can moaning. If that's your idea of glamour and class, then I'd rather be in solitary than visit your rundown home. But I'm getting away from the main point here. It's women who think these places are glorious. And why? Because they're environments that validate what they've become.
What's your age?
25.
Would you date a man you knew didn't want to get married, but he wanted long-term commitment?
No.
Why not?
What's the point? Like, if you don't want to get married, then why do you want to stay, like, long term? That doesn't make sense.
You think marriage shows commitment?
Yeah?
Then why do married men and women still cheat on each other?
That's like asking, like, why do, like, boyfriends or girlfriends cheat on their significant other? I don't know.
So you feel like marriage is loyalty?
It usually means, like, that you should be loyal to that person, but, like, obviously, like, I know nowadays nobody really sticks up to that, but it really just depends on the partner that you're with.
But why go through the whole process of the engagement, the proposal, buying the ring, just for a divorce to happen down the line when you could have just, you know, kept the law out of it?
I'm the type where, like, yes, I want somebody to propose to me, but, like, I'm not asking for, like, a whole, like, wedding party or anything. I just want to make sure they're, like, legit and wanting to stay committed to me.
Crazy.
I used to think that women had real reasons for leaving their family. I would think divorce is a serious thing. Women don't do that for no reason. Well, it can't be that simple. And to be fair, it's not the only reason. Sometimes there are real reasons. But overwhelmingly, interviewing 1,000 women, the #1 answer that I got for why are you divorced would be I outgrew him or we outgrew each other. And when I would dig and say, well, was he abusive? Did he do this? Did he do this? There was nothing. What I came to realize is most people value their own happiness above their children.
And this is one of the key issues with cities that plunge into feminist chaos. See, if a small town has a less than favorable handful of women with this philosophy, odds are they'll be cut out before the virus spreads. But if you have created a haven for millions of run-through chicks, all with the intention to ride the carousel, wear outfits that would unalive grandma, all with the expectation that they deserve a private jet and $300 dates, well, now you live in a society that is so self-serving, nobody wants to be near each other. And for those that are foolish enough to buy into the lie, looking right over the dollar signs in their eyes, well, the divorce rate in these places really says it all. Good luck with self-inflicted poverty. Articles like these like to frame this development as some kind of mutual failure, that men and women came together to seek their own demise because the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. But there's a glaring issue with the assumption, because if that were the case, why would so many real men be leaving these places? Why would the passports be reaching record levels in male demographics? The narrative doesn't match the real story.
How do women have dating issues when they are always the ones who are being chased? If a business kept hiring terrible employees, you'd blame the owner.
I love it.
Men, here's the thing. I know that many of you probably live in these cities. You probably walk around working your ass off to leave at some point, always turning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I'm telling you, the light is real, and you'll get there eventually by walking away. For the many newcomers sending me emails, just know that the city may feel like a world in itself. Just know that it isn't the only one out there. Keep your head down, focus on what matters, and the end result will be worth it. We promise.
As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.